Us as youth, we've seen a lot of uncommitment. Where does this root from, and how can we address it?
The root can be different for different people. I would say it's rooting from a space of insecurity and fear.
What is the right time to enter a relationship?
There is nothing like a right time. Key is once you got that feeling and you have found that person.
So personally speaking, I have a very hard time committing to people, especially relationship. Where is this rooting from? Because us as youth, we've seen a lot of uncommitment. We don't want to commit to a job. We don't want to commit to a relationship. We're jumping from job to job, from relationship to relationship. Where does this root from, and how can we address it?
The root can be different for different people. But I would say it's rooting from a space of insecurity and fear, and from a space of not knowing what you want. And they both are coexisting. When you do not know what you want, there is insecurity and fear. When there is fear and insecurity, you do not know what you want. So they coexist together. So you need to solve both, or solve one, find what you want, become clear of what you want, then the fear and insecurity goes. Or you work on your fear and insecurity, and then you discover what you want. So from what I read and from what I hear and from all the youth I meet, this is the problem, right? They're lost. They don't want to commit. They do not want to commit to a relationship. They do not want to commit to a job. They want change. So there's nothing like you have to commit or stay non-committal. Life is a flow. It's like a river. Okay, so there is nothing like you need to live this way. So staying continuously committed also is not is not something that is great, and staying continuously non-committed also is not great or bad. So life is, today you might feel committed, tomorrow you might feel non-committed. It's a flow. So so you should not get it into your head that, oh no, we are being preached that we have to stay committed. We are being preached that we need to stay in one job. There's nothing like that that I'm talking about. Ultimately, you need to find what you're passionate about. You need to find what is giving you the joy, what is giving you that happiness. Right now, your understanding is that something I'll be able to search and find that will fill my emptiness, that will fill this lack. What I tell people is, it's the wrong direction you're moving in. That is where you're changing. That is where you're changing your partner, you're changing your job, because every change is not fulfilling you. It is not addressing that problem. It is not fine. It's not the solution that you thought it is. The real solution is in your state. Once you learn to live in a beautiful state, you might stay in a job for 5 years, you might end up staying in for 15 years, you might end up staying in for 6 months. But you're making your change from a space of clarity. You're making your change from a space, okay, this job I am unhappy with. I need to find another job that gives me more satisfaction. It is coming from a state of clarity. This relationship is not working. I have done everything. It's come to a stage where it's not working. It's time to move on. It's coming from a place where there is no conflict, inner conflict, where there's no inner anger or fear, all that. In absence of all that, from a beautiful state, you're able to make those decisions. Right now, you're making decisions just for the sake of making it. It's more a habit. For this job, okay, it's not fine. Let me just jump onto the other one. My friend told me, try this. This might be more exciting. So let me go try that. Somebody told you, try that. Or you read in social media, this is the most upcoming or the area to focus on. So, okay, let me now jump onto that and try that. So it's just something that you are constantly changing without any purpose, without any meaning, without any actual substance to it. That is why you're feeling so bored and so lost. And that substance only comes when your state is a beautiful state.
Namaste, Shri Krishnaji. So this may have been answered previously, but I would just like to know, what is the right time to enter a relationship?
There is nothing like a right time to enter into a relationship other than your age. But love is something that you experience from a very young age. So it's different kinds of loving relationship that you experience as you grow older, right? So there's nothing like a right time, but you come to a stage where, some of you it could be when you're 19 years old, or some of you it could be when you're 25 years old, or for some it could be 30 years old. But you come to that space where, okay, you feel that, yes, I need to have a life partner. There are some who are doing it when they're 70 years old. So there is really nothing like the right time, but it's a feeling. It's a feeling that you have when you feel that, okay, it's time, I need to find the partner of my life. It's the same feeling where you feel that, okay, now it's time to leave this person and find another one. So I think you should just go by your gut and your feeling. That is it. For each, it could be during a different time of their life. That's all. But the key is, once you've got that feeling and you have found that person, you really need to now nurture that relationship. You need to enjoy that relationship and take that relationship forward to greater heights and greater beauty. Unfortunately, human beings fight, argue, and make that whole thing into a very nasty experience, whereby feeling next time for somebody else, or the thought of falling in love itself becomes very scary. It becomes a traumatizing experience. And that's again happening because the absence of beautiful state. You have to nurture that relationship and grow in that relationship from a beautiful state. If you do that, then age, time, all this is irrelevant. It's of no relevance at all. You are living every moment of your life from that state, and every moment is so beautiful. And time is moving, and life is moving forward. And when you look back, it's been a beautiful life because of your beautiful state. Today, when people look back, though they would have stayed together for 30 years, 40 years, when they look back, it's looking back at all the hurts, all the disappointments. That's the reflection. And the greatness is, with all this we pulled on. So let's celebrate. How is that a celebration? That is not a celebration at all. It's like you're celebrating all the bad time you had together. My 40th anniversary. We had very tough times, but we're celebrating our 40th anniversary. 40 years of pain and agony. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not about time. Nothing like that. It's about your state. That is it. And in that state, time flies, time moves fast, everything is beautiful. And life is beautiful. You're enjoying the relationship. So again, for each human being, the timing of that connection, that love coming in your heart can be very different. And it can be for various reasons. You can see that in movies, right? So many reasons. Movie is the place where you find all that creativity. Any silly reason you can fall in love for. But movies depict real life. It's not all hallucination and fascination, no. It in many ways it depicts the real life. So that's why you connect to movies, because it is depicting your life. Okay then. It's been wonderful talking to all of you. Oh yes.